Hi, welcome to another epic adventure at Weaver Stonehouse Farm. Today we are doing just a really quick check on our bees to see how they are doing. One of our hives we checked earlier this week and they had already broken their cluster and were up at the top, so we fed them today. When the bees prepare for winter, they go into a cluster at the bottom of the hive, and as the winter goes on, they eat their way up through the cluster. So when you open up your hive, if you see bees at the top or the top like 3 inches of your hive, you have problems and you need to start feeding them. Now you might ask, what do you feed bees? Because in the summer we feed them sugar water. In the winter I make a candy board. This is just regular white sugar. I mix it with just a tiny bit of water and a little bit of vinegar to keep it from getting funky, and I spread it in a thin sheet on a cookie sheet and let it dry. And then we break that into pieces and we can shove that in between the frames, and so the bees will have something to eat. Now they don't want to eat this. This is an emergency food. So we fed this hive as a just in case. They were still in their cluster within the first box, which is awesome, and they still had honey in the top box. So we're gonna check this box quick. Now, we're not really suited up for this because it's about 25 degrees and the bees cannot really fly.
Well, they can fly.
They can fly, but they die very quickly at this temperature. So we're just taking a really quick peek to see if they need fed. We have quite cold winters, so we threw a little bit of insulation around our hives. This is 3/4 inch insulation board. We just did the back and the side so the front can get the sun in the morning to heat up. And we also cut a piece for inside the top. Now there's lots of ways to do this, so we're trying this year to see how it goes. Okay, so pull that lid off. Again, we're trying to work quickly. Okay, so when we peek in here, I don't see any bees in the top.
And there's sugar from the last time.
There's sugar. I don't see any bees at all, though. Now this hive, as you can see, only has honey on a few of the frames at the top. Oh,
I hear one.
They are there.
At least there's one.
Okay, so we're gonna put some sugar in there as a just in case. They're still pretty low in the box, so it should be good. Okay, and we are gonna shut them up fairly quickly because we don't want them to freeze.
And I put those sticks on top for a little bit of added ventilation. That's why there's a hole in there as well.
And our wind cover, we weight the lids down because we get a lot of wind.
We get heavy wind here.
Okay, so in a couple weeks we will check them again just to make sure they're still in that clump and still low. Because once they break that clump, they can't really go back into that clump very effectively. So once they start relying on you for food, you're going to have to feed them all winter and into the spring.
So they're like a kid at that point.
Pretty much. So we're trying to keep our bees alive. It's also a good time of year to treat them for varroa. So we're going to look at that in the next couple weeks too. So we'll see you next time on the farm.
Hey, if you think that was sweet, please subscribe and follow along and see more fun at Weaver Stonehouse Farms. See you next time.